Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Overlord season 4 episode number 13 and this is the final episode of this season. Okay, the previous episode few things happened. The first thing that happened was Runner met with the Blue Rose and they already made a plan of getting Lacuse out of the capital because they knew if Lacuse decided to stay here, she would defend this place with her last breath. So everyone did not want that to happen. So Evil Eye and all the others decided to kind of just make her put her guard down when she's going to drink tea. They'll spike the tea and use a lot of other debuffs to wear her down and then charm her. Otherwise it's impossible to get her. So they did all of that. Obviously at the beginning everyone was surprised, but then after getting to know the reason we realized like, oh, that's why, which makes sense because yeah, Lacus would definitely not leave. And if the Sorcerer King came here, he would probably and definitely kill her. So that's why they don't want that happening. That's why they decided to do that. And so that's the first thing that happened. The second thing, oh, there was a little part of a Runner where I don't know, like this episode will tell us. I kind of deduced that Runner has decided to kill her dad. We'll see in this episode because she kind of wielded the sword and said that, oh, I'll go and meet dad, and she has the sword with her. So I feel like she'll be the one to kill her dad or something like that's going to happen. That's just a deduction. Let's see whether that comes true or not in this episode. And that final thing that happened was obviously Brain. He was ready to face Ainz because obviously he will never leave the country. He has his pride and everything. And obviously Gazef was the one who defended this place with his dying breath. So obviously even though he's saying I don't want to follow Gazef's footsteps, he is doing that unconsciously, and he decided to stay there. Obviously, even though he knew that he'll never be able to defeat them. And Kakutus was there. Kakutus and both of them had a fight. He used everything, all the potions and everything, all the strengthening things. And I love the name of the attack. He used Nail Kitter, Ultimate Nail Clipper, or something like that. Obviously, Shaltia's Nail Clipper, and used that. And Kakutus also fought. One shot, all it needed. He obviously he lost and he died. Kakutas as a show as because he wanted to show respect, he took his sword and also kind of made kind of went around the place without freezing, and there's like a little patch of land which is not frozen to show respect, obviously. And yeah, so that's what happened. And I'm guessing, oh, Ice is also coming today here to see the end of the kingdom. So let's see what happens today. And yeah, let's begin. So I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. I lived through it. What? Okay. Yes. Yeah, you've got this. Oh my god, everyone's like, yes. This is how it starts? Oh my god, wow. These people. Which of the falling kingdom? Oh, is it talking about Runner? I want to see how Climb will react after he realizes that Runner is in on this. Oh my god. There's the king. Oh no. Or maybe I was wrong. I was thinking she was going to kill him or something. Ah. Oh boy, if you knew what your daughter was doing behind your back. Eh. Oh boy. Well, all according to Runner's plan. Oh no. Yo, Runner is. Oh no, wait. Does she have some other plan? Okay. I thought she was smiling for a moment. Oh, interesting. Okay. Is, oh my god. I feel like if even if the Sorcerer Kingdom's army finds him, they won't do anything to climb because they know this Runner's. Oh no, I think I was correct. She's going to kill her dad. That's why she. Let's see. Like the previous episode was extremely suspicious. The way she was trying to wield the. Oh, these guys are here. Oh boy, these guys will also die. Um, yeah, boy, we're still here. Probably no. Oh no, they're going to die as well. Oh, oh my God! Oh, I thought there will be at least a little fight. That's a disrespect. Like we saw these guys, when Brain was talking to him, and we were like, "Oh, these guys are pretty strong." And all right, wow, just gone. All right. Hopefully he doesn't run into someone. Oh, there you go. Let's cute us. Oh no. Oh boy, Clam will not let this happen. I really hope. Oh my god. I. He's not going to listen. No, he's going to. He's like Brain and Gazette. No, wait. Okay. Okay, good. I thought he will be like stubborn and still stay here. Like, I don't know, like, Runner's going to be pissed off if something happens to him. Oh, yeah, the dad is gone. Oh boy. Ah, throne room. Oh no, they're here. Okay, they'll make it as if they killed the king, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, Cocytus is here, I think. Okay, I feel like the king is. Oh, there you go. Everyone's here. Yep, yep, yep. Ronald killed him. Wow, I was thinking, how will they? I was thinking, how will Runner make Climb come to her side and still go according to Ainz's plan? So this is their play. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, right. He remembers. What's up with Ainz's voice? I feel like Ainz's voice is a little bit different. His voice is a little bit different. Ainz's, I feel like. Oh, he just threw it. Nice. Ah. Ah. True. But this is no. World is unfair. Hmm. Death is fair to all. True. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Oh God. He's just. He's just dancing in the palm of everyone's hands. Alberto's like, haha. Oh boy. Oh! Well past their limits. Yeah, well, there you go. Ugh. Uh, yeah. The grass part is going to. Yep. So I'm guessing they're going to resurrect him very soon because otherwise Runner won't be happy. Pistonia. Yeah. Wakey wakey. Oh my god, her eyes. Her eyes are crazy. Ah! Here we go. Here it begins. Ah, oh no. Okay. That's okay. That's how they're going to make they do this. What about him? She'll probably say like, "Oh, I pleaded to the king to this and that." Oh, so yeah, she'll be like, "Oh, you also become a." Like I said, she's going to say that I pleaded to the sorcerer king. Oh, 'Cause since he's been rejected, he can't talk properly. You know, just like how it happened with the lizardman. 'So is she actually a demon, or I think she is actually a demon, isn't it? So she's actually a demon. She's become okay. Wait, what? Poison? It's true. Wow. Thousand years. Whoa, what is that? Seed of the fallen. Okay. Hmm. No, was that Pandora's actor? I feel like. Oh, or was it I? Okay, what is this thing? Heat of. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, well. Yep, the Witch of the Fallen Kingdom. True. The title of this episode. Damn. Uh, yeah. Okay, request. Okay. Why is his voice like this? Einstein's voice? Is it? It has changed, hasn't it? Include the drug division. Oh, the shadow demon. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, that's why. Yeah, because Climb was there. Color of, yeah, there you go. That's why. Without changing the color of armor, so that they can recognize him. Oh, this is Philip. Wait, is this happening now? Yeah, this is happening currently. Oh boy. Yeah? What is wrong with this guy? Is he that stupid? Oh my god. Present? Yeah? What is that? Well, have fun. Yeah, she's pissed. Oh wow. That's okay. Yeah, have fun. Oh, this is. Look at him. Wow. Yep. Yeah. Oh, so he was helping them out. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Probably not. No, I don't think so. There'll be a lot of people who I. Uh, hmm. And the end begins. Oh boy. Wow. And that's okay. So hopefully we get a season 5 and see what happens after this, because this is merely the beginning of Ain Sama's world domination. So yeah, like obviously we got season 4, so why not season 5? I'm sure we'll get it someday. And yeah, oh boy, this episode. Yeah, a lot of things happened here. And first of all, one thing I need to mention, like I said, I felt like Aince's voice was a little bit different here. Might be my own, my own. What can I say? Maybe it was just me, but I feel like it's probably because he's pissed off at the at this kingdom. Like he usually has this type of I don't know, like a I don't know, like this in his tone, he usually has like a more like a not I wouldn't call it happy, but a more like normal tone. But here it seems as if he's like kind of suppressing something, and the way he was talking was kind of suppressed. I felt like like I'm guessing that was probably because he was pissed off at this whole kingdom. You know, this whole everyone of this kingdom he was not happy about, so that's probably why he's talking like this in this episode, especially in the end. And like during the battle with Climb and all that. So might be because of that. But yeah, but there was a little change in tone of his voice. I feel like for a moment I was like, is this like another voice actor or something? But probably not, because the voice was kind of similar, but the tone in the voice was a little different. That's just it. Okay, so that was one thing. And there was another thing that was surprised me. So Raven was actually helping him out. Like like there's like one episode that which episode was it where they kind of deduced that Raven is probably helping Ainz out, and I was like, really? Is he really helping him out? Because like we do, like the last we saw him was in what, season 3, I think, yeah, or was it season 2? I don't remember. But like we that was the last we saw of him, and obviously we do know he loves his family too much. And it wouldn't be surprising if he ends up helping out Ainz's army, because the Ainz kind of threatens him about like taking his family away from him or something like that. He would definitely help out Ainz for the safety of his family. So it was not surprising, obviously, but I was like, oh really, is he really helping us out? And turns out he is. Like, so obviously Runner and him were both the inside agents who were helping Ainz out do most of the things, especially for this kingdom. And yeah. Okay. This episode we begin with Mare just staying, like kind of just standing there, and she's like, oh, like like I've got like so many like things I've learned from Buko Chagama-san. Sama. But what should I do? Should I use an earthquake to kill everyone? Should I use a fire? But everything will make like a whole chaos of this thing. And I think that's what it says. Um, just a sec. If I try to burn the city down, people will run around like crazy, and a few might escape. Yeah. So basically, like, since Ainz told her that, told him, sorry, that don't let anyone escape, he's thinking like, oh, like since Sama told me to not let anyone escape, but even if I use my earthquake or the fire, like some will escape within that commotion. And he starts crying. He's like, what am I going to do? And then he's like, all right, no need to just stop here and keep crying. Let me do this. Let me bring out my my inner whatever, and he starts doing that. Let's go, everyone starts doing it with him. And I'm like, wow, this is how this is how people are going to die here, like, because of, oh my god. Ah, okay, that was the first part. Then we get to see Runner and Climb. And now I was saying, I was saying that, oh, Runner plans to kill his dad, like, her dad, probably that was the reason why she was trying to see the sword, like, wield the sword. Now I'm pretty sure that's what she does later on. And they acted as if like Ainz was the one who controlled her, but it was not Ainz who controlled her. She did it herself, I'm guessing. It's kind of interesting that they did not show us the end of the king, which I thought they was going to show us, the final moment when the king would realize that Runner was in on this. Like, I was actually kind of excited to see how he's going to react and everything. But they did not show us anything like that. I'm like, okay, like let me know, did the source material also not show this thing, how the king reacted, or did they just skip it in the anime? Let me know. Because I feel like they should have showed it. They should have shown it to us, shouldn't they? Because it seems kind of important. But anyways, okay, so Climb and Runner, Runner is like, Climb, quickly come with me. Let's go to father and let me talk to him. And they go to the king's room, and the king is like, kind of trying to, like, put everything, like all the crown and everything. And he's like, oh, when I'm going to die, I'll still be the king, like I'll keep this with me, and up until my final breath I will, like, do my duty and stuff like that, he says. And obviously the king is like, oh, take Runner and run. Oh my god. And in the end he says like, oh, I'm like, I give you Runner's hand. I'm like, wow, this is all like, this girl, like, like she planned everything from the beginning to the end. And yeah, like, everything's going according to her plan. Now, like, this is the thing, I feel like even though Ainz, like Ainz, I wouldn't call Ainz evil. I would call Ainz like in a neutral position, like he's neither evil nor good. It's that type of a being. While obviously all the other, like, like floor guardians, they're evil, because they actively try to kill humans and all that, in that way, and I feel like Runner is like, can probably give them a good run for their money, like at how much evil she is, and how much, like, it's crazy. Like, I feel like Runner is more, like, obviously a Runner is more evil than Ainz. I'm pretty sure Runner is more evil than a few of the floor guardians. Like, that's how crazy. I feel like Runner is probably on par with Albedo, or in like, in terms of evilness, on par with Albedo and Shaltier. Like, I'm obviously Sebas is way, like, like Sebas is the, like, the one of the, like, most moral person in this show, in Ainz's play, like, like army. Sebas, and obviously Ainz is neutral, as I said, as far as I know. Mare and Aura, as far as I have seen Aura seems like a type of person who does her own job and if no one bothers her, she doesn't harm anyone else. If people try to bother her, she harms them. And Mare is also kind of like that. Unless and until he's ordered, he wouldn't do actively kill people. So yeah, they're also like, not that evil if you look at it in that way. Demiurge, I'm really not sure about him. Like, he's extremely intelligent, and I'm not sure about how evil he is. By evil, I mean actively trying to hunt down humans, kill them, and cause pandemonium, chaos. That type of evil. Obviously, Albedo and Shaltier, they're there. Like, they're evil if you look at it. Who else? Cocytus. Cocytus is honorable. I have to say, I wouldn't call him evil, but he's like honorable, and like, obviously he's also evil at some degree, but more than that, he's honorable and something like that. So yeah, Runner is probably there in the same tier as Albedo and Shaltier. I feel like, and maybe she's even more evil than them. I'm not sure, because this girl is crazy. Like, just like the way she just made the whole kingdom, just led it to their downfall, just so that she could stay forever with Climb. And like, I can understand it now, like what her main goal was. One of her main goal was to live forever, which is why he decided to help everyone, like, this kingdom, like, the Ainz has the Sorcerer Kingdom out, because they're going to make them a demon, her a demon, and like, also make Climb a demon. That's how they'll be able to live forever. Like, that was her goal, to live forever and live forever with Climb. And for that, she needed to, like, deflect to Ainz's. That's why I realize now, that's why she said something like, oh, my plan has changed now, big brother. It was not like, previously it was just stay somewhere else, like, retire, and like, in like a nice, like, like, secluded place with Climb. But now it has changed. Yeah, it has changed. She now wants to become a demon so that she can live forever with Climb. That's how it changed. I realize it now, what her actual plan was. Okay, now after that, at first, Climb is like, oh, I have to decline. And like, when he says, like, I'm going to give her hand to you, something like that. And I was thinking, like, how is Runner going to do this? Like, first of all, the first thing that was bothering me is, like, how will, like, obviously Runner is working with Ainz. So is she going to bring this up in front of Climb, that, oh, I was working with them all along? Or is she going to keep deceiving him? Turns out she decided to keep deceiving him up until the end of their life, And so there you go. That's one thing. And another thing is that how is she going to do this? Because Ainz's people are going to come here, and some way or the other, if Runner is alive and Runner somehow convinces them to keep Climb alive as well, Climb will be suspicious. Climb will be like, why did they listen to her? So I was wondering, what plan does she have to pull this whole thing off? We got to see that later on, what her plan was, which was interesting, a good plan. Now, the first thing that Runner does is, like, she's like, oh, Dad, like, you know what we can do? Take this crown and hide it somewhere, and then tell the Sorcerer King that, oh, I've hidden the crown, and like, so if you want that, then you'll have to destroy the whole kingdom. Oh no, you cannot destroy the whole kingdom. Sorry, you cannot destroy the whole kingdom if you want that. I think that's what he says. She says, just a sec. Where is it? Okay, we've hidden everything that represents our king. If you destroy the royal capital, you'll never get your hands on it. There you go. That's how she's like, oh, that's how he'll not destroy the kingdom. This was a really good plan, because this gives us an excuse as to why we did not destroy the capital completely. In the end, we see the capital is still standing. Like, most of its things have been destroyed, but I guess this gives, like, a good excuse or something like that. So, and obviously, I guess this is also part of Pestonia's plan as well. Remember, Pestonia said that you should not kill everyone, like, spare a lot of people. And Ainz decided to go along with it. To keep that promise, Ainz needed an excuse to not destroy the kingdom. even though he said I'm going to destroy the kingdom. And I'm pretty sure he asked Runner for help in that regards, and Runner probably told Aince's the Sorcerer King that, oh, you can do this, I'm going to tell the king to hide this crown someplace, and I'm going to tell the king that, oh, this is why the Ainz will not be able to destroy the kingdom. This became a convenient excuse to not destroy the kingdom, and also at the same, and keep Pestonia's Pestonia Negredo's what do you call it, their proposal, keep their promise, and at the same time show Ainz's Ainz will become the king of the, not king, but will control this place, and he'll win this whole thing. So yeah, that was a good plan. The crown was used for that for that reason. Now, obviously, a great time to send Climb off on his own, because Runner has a lot of things to do after that. So she's like, yeah, Runner, go ahead, go to the warehouse where Zana had prepared, and put the what do you call it, the crown over there. Run back. Don't try to involve yourself in any other things, even if you say, like, this part was the important part. This part was very important, because I'm pretty sure Runner was also having second second doubts about this part of the plan, because I was also kind of concerned about this part of the plan, because Climb can go either way. Either he'll be like, okay, since Runner told me to come back, even if he meets someone, he'll run back, or he might act stubborn, and because of Brain, and he has gotten Brain and Gazef's same stubbornness, confidence, and protecting the pride and everything. He might try to defend the capital or do something, try to attack the enemy. This part was a tricky part, and I feel like this part was the most difficult one. But I guess if he did try to attack, later on we see he meets Mare, if he did try to attack them instead of running away, I think what they would do is, they would kill Climb off, then resurrect him, and what's his name, Runner would probably say something like, oh, I pleaded for the Sorcerer King to resurrect you. In return, I surrendered, and I became a demon, and decided to go underneath his his rule, and you should also do that. The same thing she would have done. We would have just skipped a few steps, the fight with Sorcerer King wouldn't have happened, and all that steps would have been skipped. So I feel like that was like a backup plan. If Climb did not run away and decided to attack Mare, they would have probably done this and something like that. I'm pretty sure Runner had another plan for that, but this part of the plan was a tricky one, and that's why Runner says that, okay, just come back as soon as possible, don't try to become a hero. And yeah, he decides to go and do his duty. Now after that, we see Aura coming in, and these guys, Brains, those people, that old man. Now this is the crazy thing about this show, when they were introduced, I was like, oh, these are Gazef and Brain's master, and I'm like, yeah, these people are definitely strong or something like that. But I always forget, in front of these, in front of Ainz and her and his people, they are nothing, and these guys, they kind of stop in front of Aura, and they're like, oh, you don't move, don't go there, I'm going to defend this place, not let you go inside, this and that. Obviously Aura is like, guys, please move, I'm not going to hurt you if you not. Like I said, Aura is this type of person, she does her thing, whatever she's ordered, and unless she's ordered, she doesn't kill anyone. But if someone comes in front of her, job, she kills them. Basically that type of person. So at first, obviously, she says oh, don't bother with me, if you just leave from here, I'll do nothing to you. So yeah, what do you want to do? And obviously the guy was like, no, I'm not going to move, I'm going to protect this place. And oh boy, if he realized how overpowered all these people are. Aura just shoots him, doesn't she, using the bow? And I was not expecting it to end that quickly. He was in the middle of the conversation, and just his head blasts off, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah. And after that, everyone didn't even realize that he died. They were like looking at it and they're like, what the hell is going on? And Aura was like, yeah, kill them, and everyone dies. So there you go. And Climb is like, went to the warehouse, kept the thing, and as he's coming back, he kind of sees the whole freezing part. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm pretty sure Runner told everyone that, oh, this is Climb. If you see him running around somewhere, please don't kill him. I'm pretty sure Runner told that to everyone, but there was still a part of me. I was thinking like, maybe what will happen if Climb becomes stubborn and tries to attack them. But like I said, like, they would have probably, like, just killed him off and resurrected him either way by the end, and the same thing would have happened. That was probably a backup plan. But either way, the main plan was not to kill Climb here, and that's why Mare was kind of hesitating. Mare was like, well, I'm planning on destroying this area first. So I might accidentally get you involved. Please go quickly. Mare's like, yeah, like, please leave, because obviously he knows that he's not supposed to kill this person. And Climb, I was like, okay, what's he going to do? Is he going to act like, obviously his pride and everything, is he going to act on behalf of that? But then we see that he actually decides to go to Runner, because the person who needs the help most now is Runner, so he needs to protect Runner, and I'm pretty sure that's what Climb thought at that moment, and he decided to choose Runner instead of his pride and the kingdom. Like, he decided that, yeah, if I die here, I don't know who's going to protect Runner, so let me not get involved in this and just die, because he knows that he'll die if he gets involved. So he's like, yeah, let me quickly go to Runner. Wise decision, and she starts running, and Mario was kind of like, oh, thank god he's gone. Okay, so they Climb comes into the palace, and I was like, all right, like, so I'm pretty sure Runner has dealt her next move. Her next move she's probably already dealt, and so I'm pretty sure the king is dead at this point. So how is it going to play out? We see what happens here. Climb gets into the room and sees there's a letter, and it's written to go to the throne room, I think. And he goes there, and everyone's like waiting. All the, like, the ice ladies, I don't know who they are, and he's like, oh, this is so interesting what they say. They say that, okay, where is that spot? Just a sec. Come in, last human in this palace. So that means Runner is already a demon at this point. Or I guess, or maybe if she's not a demon at this point, maybe they meant that the last human, because Runner has lost her humanity way before. She's not, if you can't call her a human anymore. She's a monster. So that's, like, this whole statement can mean either thing. Like, either the Runner is already a demon, they made her a demon and she was just acting to be a human in front of Climb, or Runner has lost her humanity. That's why they said that the last human of this palace come in. Probably that, that's probably what they meant. And yeah, so Climb gets in, and as soon as he gets in, and I knew they were going to do some kind of a acting, some kind of a drama here. And that's what happened. Like, the king is dead, Runner's hand is bloody, and the sword, and like, I'm pretty sure Runner is the one who killed him. And like I said, I do wonder why they did not show us, or did the source material also not show the king's reaction when Runner said that, you know what, Dad, I'm actually working for the Sorcerer King. Yeah, like, I don't know if they I was actually waiting for that, but they did not show something like that. They just show them, like, the king dead. So that's kind of unfortunate. Like I said, I'm not sure if the source material also did not have this scene, or something like that. Let me know. But now obviously, Climb comes in and he's pissed off, sees the whole scene, and like, goddamn, the way this girl played everyone, like all the people in the kingdom just danced in the palm of her hands, and yeah. Now obviously Demir just like, oh, like, prostrate in front of the king, and the Sorcerer King comes in front of him, and he's like, oh, like, like, what, you want to fight me? Like, well, like, I've decided to kill you because what else can you provide me? Nothing. You don't have any special power. You're not loyal. You'll not be loyal to me, or all that stuff. So yeah. And Climb is like, okay. And he's like, all right, let's fight. They start fighting. Climb uses the sword to attack him, and like, he just casually just does, like, just brushes it away, grabs him in front of him. And I love how Einstein says, like, oh, if this was like a story tale, like a fairy tale or something, you would probably unlock your hidden power or something. Unfortunately, this is reality. It won't happen. And he talks about talent and power, how the world is unfair, and how people are born with different talents, different powers, and some people are like, people who are born with talents and everything, they get the good part, while the people who are not as talented and everything, not as lucky, they their life is always in the, like, in the bottom. So that's the unfairness of life. But in front of death, everything is fair. So yeah, life is unfair, but death is fair to all. Like, everyone dies. There's, obviously, like, like, it's not that, like, like, since you are more talented, obviously it's not that you won't die. Like, you are going to die. Like, death comes for everyone. It's fair. Everything is fair in death. Like, death is just fairly judges everyone. So, and since Eins is that death, yeah, for him, okay, what does it say here? Just a sec. My mercy as the overlord of death is the only absolutely fair thing in this unfair world. Yeah. And okay, so I love this part is kind of funny. He says, like, I am Princess Runner's shield. And no, wait, is this the part? Probably not. No, there was a part, I remember seeing in this episode where I think he says something about Runner or something. Oh, I think he says something like, oh, you made Runner spill blood or something like that. You're the one who controlled her to do this. And there's a part when Alberto kind of laughs, kind of snickers. And I'm like, my god, like, Alberto's probably laughing. Alberto's probably thinking, like, oh my god, you sweet child, you know nothing about what Princess Runner did. You think we control her to kill, like, your dad? Oh, not your dad, sorry, kill her dad. Oh boy, how wrong you are. Now, after that, we get a little, like, like a little sequence of like, him powering up and attacking. Oh, before that, he says, let me ask you, will you kill the princess after you kill me? And Ainz says, like, oh no, this is where Alberto kind of laughs, because Alberto knows what's going to happen after he dies. So, Ainz is like, oh, I'll keep that a secret, because not answering that will have the best effect on you. And he starts attacking, like, he uses all his powers, the ring that Gazev gave him and everything. And like, Ainz just parries everything. And in the end, Ainz is like, all right, it's time for you to die. Grasp heart, and that's it. Now, when he was dying, there was little bits and pieces of conversation that came into his ears. The first thing that he heard is that, I think Ainz said, like, oh, you did well. And Pestonia says, oh, if you'll excuse me. And Pestonia goes away. Then, Climb wakes up. So there you go. So that's probably like, I'm guessing Pestonia was here because, like I said, the whole crown plan, I'm pretty sure the crown plan was because of Pestonia Negredo's, like, promise that Ainz made, that do not kill everyone or something like that. So the crown plan was because of that. That's why Runner planned on, like, saying that, oh, I'm going to hide the crown, and the Sorcerer King will not be able to destroy this kingdom, and a lot of people will be spared because of that. That was the plan. And like, this kind of made Pestonia's plan come into fruition, Pestonia Negredo. That's why probably in the end, Pestonia was like, oh, thank you so much, like, and then goes away. And and I'm guessing that Einstein said that, didn't he, that you did good. Where is that part? Okay, climb falls down. What's that, Einstein? Yeah, you did well. That was Einstein. I'm guessing this was for Runner. you know this was for Runner, that, oh, you did well. Now I was thinking, I knew after this, obviously I knew what was going to happen. I kind of guessed it, that what, like, obviously what they're going to do is, what Runner is going to do is, the next part of the plan is that, like, she'll be like, oh, I pleaded to the Sorcerer King and I give everything away, I swore allegiance to him. In turn, he revived you, and so you also joined me in swearing allegiance to the Overlord. And that's how she was going to play it. I knew it, and obviously that's what she does. Is the same thing that happened with the lizard men, you remember? I forgot the names of the lizard men, everyone. I don't remember their name, but the girl, the albino lizard girl, it's a similar thing that she did as well. She's like, okay, I'll swear allegiance to you, like bring them back or something like that. And that's what Ainz did. And similar thing happened here. Unfortunately, in this situation, Runner was the main, the main maker of this plan. It was all according to her plan, unlike the lizard girl. Yeah. Now Runner is like, oh, you're awake. You see, like, I've become a demon. Like, Lord Ainz has made me a demon, and she's like, I pleaded to the Lord Ainz Sama to make me, no, to revive you, and that's why now I'm a demon. I'm going to work with the Sorcerer King, and Climb, you should also join me, because I don't want to be alone. Like, being a demon means you live forever, so I want you to be with me, Climb. And obviously, like, what else will Climb even say? Like, he realizes that everything is over, and the only person who's left here is Runner. And like, since he loves Runner, and also he promised the king to take care of Runner forever, he's like, okay, yeah. And obviously he cannot talk because he's just being resurrected, and the whole speech impairment that you get when you get resurrected, that thing. So he's not able to talk. He's like, okay, and crying. And she says, will you please become a demon for me, Climb? And then she says, will you also pledge your alliance to the Sorcerer King with me? Okay. And Conrad is like, okay. And she says, thank you very much. Let's talk about things later. And, like, please take your time to rest. Runner comes out. Albedo's waiting. Albedo's like, huh, like, you impressed me, child. Oh boy. And you know what? She's not a human anymore. She's a demon now. So I'm pretty sure Albedo's very happy. Because Albedo don't like humans. And I'm guessing from this point onwards, Runner will work underneath Albedo from this point onwards. And now, obviously, Runner will never betray them, because all Runner wants is Climb and to live with him forever. So that wish came true. So she has no reason for betraying Ainz and everything, and she would never even dare to do that, because she's smart enough to realize that she cannot pull that off. So all she wanted was Climb, and that's what she got. All she wanted was to become a demon, so that she could live forever, and also make Climb a demon. That's also come true. So there you go. Everything has come true for her, and all her wishes have come true, and she's happy. So she's like, oh, I would like to apologize and thank you for, okay. Now this part I need to read. She says everything from prepare the poison for the food, going along with my chariot in the throne room. What poison? Is she talking about? Like, I can understand the throne room, I understand the thing that happened just now. What poison is she talking about? Is she talking about the whole Lacus situation? That was Evil Eye, wasn't it? Why is she talking about what? No, or maybe she's talking about something else. Let me know, because I'm pretty sure that they definitely showed us what she's talking about. It probably slipped my mind. I cannot properly remember what she's talking about. Which poison is she talking about? Did this happen in this season, or was it in the previous seasons? Oh boy. Or is she talking about the Lacus situation? But that was Evil Eye, wasn't it? Yeah. That was not her. I don't know. Let me know, please, because I'm really not able to remember which poison is she talking about. The throne room, yeah, obviously it happened just today. I'd like to thank the Sorcerer King for all the support he's giving me. And Alberto's like, you were the one who made the whole plan. Like, no need to be modest. And she's like, don't need to be nervous. I hope you support Nazarick from this point onwards. And Lord Iron's value due to, okay, for the next couple of 1,000 years in advance, I'll give you the gift. And yeah, they're talking in terms of 1,000 years, because they're immortal. She puts something on the table. This is another seed of the fallen. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've seen this thing before, but I don't remember where. The seed of fallen. She said this is another, so she gave one to her before, I'm guessing. The seed of the fallen. I do wonder what this does. Okay. Okay, I understand. This is probably that turns you into a demon. Yeah, that's why she said another, because the first one probably was fed to a runner herself, and she became a demon. And this one is the second one, which she's going to give to Climb. I'm guessing that's what this does. The seed. It sounds like something like that. It's written seed of the fallen. So I'm guessing if you consume this, you're going to become a demon. So yeah, let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know. But I think that's what it does. Okay. And she's like, oh, thank you very much. Please give Sorcerer's King my regards. And Albedo goes away. And after she goes away, Rainer is kind of like, just like, thank God. And she says, like, it looks like I'll be able to get past the last hurdle. Only one thing went against my calculations. I never expected His Majesty to come personally and act out such a silly role. I'm so fortunate. I was able to realize my dream by merely selling out a single kingdom. Merely selling out a single kingdom. All right. Yeah. Okay. So wait, one thing I'm kind of thinking about. She was talking about the last part of the hurdle. So did she have like some other? She also talks about the final part of the plan went a little bit different, because she was not expecting Ainz to come here. So like, I don't know, like, what hurdle was she talking about? Like, I'm guessing the whole thing about Climb to make him a demon. Like, that's why she did all of this, for herself to become a demon, and for Climb to make him a demon and make him completely dependent on her. So I'm guessing that's what she's talking about in the end. Yeah, okay, that's probably the final hurdle or something like that. And okay. And she's like, oh, let's spend the eternity together, and talks about the first time and all that. Oh my God. And she starts singing and dancing, and I'm like, yeah, wow. Now here we get a little I wouldn't call it like story, but like a little recollection. I'll read these one by one, because this kind of helps us know what happened. The first thing is that Demu says, Lord Ainz, there's one request I would like to make of you. After reading the material that Seb has provided, there's one place that I would like to go and see. Could I impose on you for some time? I don't mind. Okay, I think this happened in season 1, didn't it? And Einstein's like, oh, go ahead. And he went to the kingdom, I'm guessing. And I'm guessing this is when Demiurge came in contact with Runner, and like their whole plan started to come into fruit, like into like a thing. Like Runner also decided to sell off the kingdom for this. And then the next scene that we see is like Climb knocking on the door, and Runner is there, in front of the window, closing it. I'm pretty sure Demiurge was here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what happened. That's why she was in front of the window and closing it. I'm pretty sure like Demiurge probably came and probably talked with her about the whole plan that is going to happen. And like they were conversing when Climb came and knocked the door, and Runner is like, oh, okay. And Demiurge went away, and Runner is like, come in, Climb, and closes the window. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what probably happened here. I might be wrong though, but something like that probably happened. And after that, we get to see the whole thing with Raven Zanuck about the 8 fingers. Okay, let me read this part again, because there's a few things that comes up here from the previous seasons that I've probably forgotten. Raven says, I heard you were going to go up against the 8 fingers. Where will you be attacking? Runner says, these 7 locations. Zanuck says also, sister, I have an important question. Our beloved older brother, the first prince, is also taking money from the 8 fingers, right? Ah, brother Barbaro. This would be the perfect evidence to depose him. I'd like to include the drug division stronghold he deals with in your plans. Then that will make 8 places for us to raid. Okay, this was the whole raid plan. Okay, then we get to see Demiurge saying, I must convey you an important message, and gives Entoma, not Entoma, but everyone, like a little hologram. And oh no, especially tells Entoma, because Entoma was the one who went there, in that in season 2, was it? Yeah, was it season 3? Oh, I think it was season 3. The whole fight between Entoma and Evil Eye, that part, I think. This is that part. Oh no, that was season 2. That was the whole Yaldabaoth situation. Yeah, that was season 2. So yeah, Demiurge says like, you are forbidden to kill this person, and he's like, especially you, Shaltier. So this was Climb. Okay, now Runner probably so yeah, there you go. Demiurge and Runner were having this plan, made this plan, this whole plan, and Demiurge was having contact with Runner, and Runner probably told Demiurge like, oh, you see that guy, that is Climb, you don't don't try to kill him, or something like that. And that's why Demiurge here says that, oh, if you see this person, don't kill him, and especially you, Shaltier. And then the shadow demon comes. I see, it appears we now have one more 8 fingers base to attack. Runner was giving information. As far as I know, Runner is always with a shadow demon is always following Runner. I remember one previous episode where I think the second episode or something, when Runner comes and kind of bows in front of Albedo, there was like someone beside her and she suddenly vanishes. That was a shadow demon, and that shadow demon always follows, I'm guessing, Runner, probably for these type of situations to transfer information and all. And this shadow demon comes and tells what's his name, Demiurge, that, oh, it was 7 but now it's 8 fingers, the whole Barbaro situation that we just saw that they planned, so there you go. That's how she transferred information to Demiurge and was keeping them always connected. And he says that, Mari, I want you to head there with Entoma. And okay, and this is the reason why Shaltier did not kill Brain. Brain, after clipping her nail, ran away, and Shaltier went for him. And I kind of thought it was probably because of Climb, that scene when we saw this scene in the previous seasons. But there you go, it's completely confirmed now that since Demiurge told Shaltier to not kill Klein, you know, she goes for Brain, tries to was going to kill him, but then sees Klein is there, and she's like, all right, I'm not supposed to kill him. And obviously, if she tried to kill Brain over there, obviously Klein will try and attack her, which is going to make the whole plan kind of like wonky. And to not to deal with those type of situation, Shelter did not kill Brain at that moment. So basically, Brain would have died then and there if Climb was not there. So like Brain saved him. If you think of Climb saved Brain, if you think about it like that. Now the next part is like where Climb says, Princess Runner has requested that I fight without changing the color of my armor, obviously so that they could keep an eye on him, so that he's safe. And yeah, that was all the recollections we get, and the whole plan, like as we can see, is like, so basically everything started when Demiurge told Ainz that I have something to do, can you please excuse me, from Severus's, after reading the report. And that's where the plan started. The whole thing started. Demiurge went to the kingdom, met Runner, and they had this conversation, and Runner was like, you know what, I have a great plan. My whole thing was just me and Climb together forever. That's why, probably Zanak would have let me, to a place where me and Climb would be there forever, alone, and like a countryside or someplace. Like that was my initial goal. Now that demons and otherworldly creatures, in these type of undead and everything are getting into this equation, I have a good plan. I'm going to sell out my kingdom completely, and this will be a whole big plan in motion, and I'll help everyone out, keep eye on everyone, spy on everyone for them, use the shadow demons to give them information, and in return all I'm going to ask them is for me and Climb in the end to make us a demon so that we can live forever. Basically that was the whole plan. And so there you go, living forever. Now that they are demons, they can live forever, and I feel like that is what Runner wanted all along. If he and she and Climb were still humans by the end, they would have probably lived for how much, 80-90 years maximum. They would have probably then died of natural a natural death or something like that. But now that they're demons, they'll live forever. So Runner is like, this is even better. I'm getting a better chance of living forever with Climb. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And that was the whole thing. So there you go. This episode really does a good job to actually explain everything. So many questions I had, everything is properly explained. One of my questions was that why is Runner doing all of this? Just to stay with Climb. But now it's pretty clear now to me. Runner wanted to become a demon, and Climb to also join her. And to do that, she decided to do all of this, and now for eternity they can live together, and Climb is dependent on her and all that. And so that was one question I had. There was so many other things that we kind of see here when the whole plan started and all that. Everything is properly explained, and yeah, I think it's pretty clear now. Everyone realizes what all of us knows what happened up until now. Now then we meet our hero Philip, the reason why all of these things happened. If you remember, Philip was the main reason, wasn't he? And he decided to just snag the food that was for the Holy Kingdom. That's where it started, the whole domino effect, and everything started the whole thing started going down, and now it's here, as we can see. So Philip is here, and Philip is just moving around, sees Albedo, and I'm like, my god, this guy is just so he's so delusional. It's crazy. He comes to Albedo and he's like, oh, you're here to save me? I'm like, what are you saying? Are you still drunk? I remember you being drunk there in that episode, and that's why you made that decision to suddenly attack the Sorcerer Kingdom's the food stuff. Are you still drunk from there? He comes here, the first thing that he says is oh, are you here to save me, Albedo? I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, thank you for coming this way. Uh, you were here to save me. I'm like, wow. Like, yeah, you're still drunk, Philip. Me, a mere pawn. This was all done by the people who envy me. Yeah, right. Obviously. We believe you, Philip. Like, you're such a good boy. You would never do something like that, wouldn't you? And he's like, I knew you would understand. And just bullcrapping. And Albert was like, haha, you know what? Yeah, you're such a good boy. I bought you a gift for you. There you go. And he was thinking of like, oh my god, what a good gift I'll get. And all he sees is like those three heads of, I'm guessing these were the nobles, the three nobles. And yeah, Albert was like, you know what? You pissed me off. My reputation in front of Einstein, you completely destroyed. Since you were my subordinate, you know, I was like, you were under my control. You know, after the stunt that you pulled, you know, like my whole face in front of Einstein was destroyed. So yeah, like, how are you going to compensate that? You know, like my. She says like, your dad told me to take care of you, and I'll be sure to keep my promise. So his dad also, like, just be, I'm pretty sure, like, like they went to his dad, and his dad was like, you know what, I don't know anything what my son did. Like just take him, roast him, whatever, do whatever the hell you want. Just spare me. Like, I don't know him. Something like that he probably said. And Albert's like, yeah, I have to keep that promise, your dad's promise. And yeah, Philip got what he deserved. And after that, we get to see Raven comes back to the kingdom, and everything is just destroyed. Only the main palace is there, and the crown is kind of there, and in front of the rubble, Ainz is just sitting on top of the rubble. And Raven, like, kind of says like, oh, like, I'm here, your majesty. And Ainz says that, oh, good job, you're Raven, aren't you? And he says something, he asks a question to him. Okay, no, we get to hear Ainz's plan from here onwards. He says like, the Sorcerer Kingdom's army will destroy the remaining noble fiefs and return home. So yeah, all the other noble places are going to get destroyed. Continue governing your own domains as usual. There may be transfers in the future, but things have not been decided. And after that, he's like, all right, that's how it is. Yeah, govern your places. And then he asks him a question. The kingdom has thus fallen. Raven, I'd like to ask you something. And do you think everyone who will now understand the foolishness of going against me? This is an interesting question. Like, the whole plan of Ainz of, like, doing this whole carrot and the stick strategy was to make others understand not to go against him and to go with him. Just like how the Bahadur's empire became their vassal state. Like, they got the carrot, the kingdom got the stick. And that's going to make other people realize, like, oh, let me just go with Ainz because I'm going to get the carrot then. I don't want the stick. And that's how no one's going to oppose him. I would like to disagree here where Raven says like, oh, definitely no one's going to go against you. I'd like to disagree here because there's a few people who are definitely still going to go against Ainz. For example, Sua. What about him? Azus. They'll probably be waiting. The Godkin, I think that's what they call it. The Slain Theocracy. I'm pretty sure they're still like, they're still biding for their time. They'll probably do something. Those guys who we saw, I don't remember their name. I think they mentioned their name, I just forgot. Oh, the Black Scripture. Yeah, that was their name. The Black Scripture. What about them? They're also against, like these guys, these people will definitely come for Ainz later on. But obviously, Ainz is way stronger than them and way more influential now. So I doubt they'll be able to do anything, but we'll see. But there will definitely be some people in this world who will always try to go against you. And these few names that I took, they'll probably be those ones. and I have no doubt in the future seasons will meet them, and they'll probably do something to mess with our stuff. And then in the end I says like, so yeah, I guess some positive thing came out of this. I'm quite satisfied with this result. That's where it ends. Great ending. Hello boy, runner is crazy, you know. And yeah, so there you go, that was it. So okay, now I'm guessing the Holy Kingdom, that arc is going to come as a movie after this. And and I'm guessing after the movie maybe we'll get like a announcement of season 5 or something like that, hopefully. So there you go. Yeah, really good season. I enjoyed thoroughly this whole, like, this season was filled up with misunderstandings, and at the same time these few things, like these things, and it was great. It was a very interesting season, I have to say. This was probably my favorite season. Like, if I had to rank all the seasons, I'd probably say that I would say this season is at the top. Season 4 is at the top. And then I would say that season 4 at the top, then season 2, then I'll say season 4, and then season 3, and then season 1. Something like that. That would be my ranking. Like, I really enjoyed this season. Out of all the other seasons, I feel like this was the best. Like, I feel like the next season will be even better, because as we're getting to see more and more of these characters, and more powers are getting revealed, and how broken character Ainz and his people are, is getting more interesting. And as we're getting to know more of the big, the stronger people in this universe, is getting more and more interesting. Because in this season we saw Sua and the Black Scripture and all of them. They're strong, they're strong humans, and I'm guessing in the future we'll probably get to meet those Godkin, so like, and then it'll be even more interesting. I feel like as we meet more and more strong characters, this this and we see more and more of Ainz's complete broken, characters and everything, he's completely broken, as his strength and everything. As we'll see more of that, I feel like the seasons will get better and better. And yeah, looking forward to what we see after this. But either way, before season 5, obviously we'll have to wait for the movie. When is the movie coming? Is it, what, let me check. Overlord movie. Okay, is this the movie, The Undead King? Is this the, no, not this one, sorry. Wait. Okay, movie 3, is this the one? Sei Okokuhen. Yeah, okay, there's no dates. I don't see any date. Okay, I don't see any date. So there you go. This is the Holy Kingdom arc, I'm guessing. And after this comes season 4, which is we saw just now. And yeah, and there you go. So after this movie comes out, I'm guessing maybe we'll get an announcement of season 5 or something, because I don't see this show ending at this point. Like, it's quite popular, and and it's finally back after a few years, of suddenly stopping. Like, it stopped in season 3, and then after a few years we suddenly have it back again. So I'm guessing we're going to start with more seasons and all that. So looking forward to it. Anyways, that's it. That was my reaction to the final episode of Overlord season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. And obviously this is the end of this episode, this season, and this will be replaced by one of the seasonal animes. I'll make a video on that, and it'll be uploaded within 1 or 2 days, that video where I'll talk about which animes I'm going to watch. It's pretty I'm pretty sure you can guess it. All the big animes are coming out. I'm obviously going to react to all of them with a few others. So yeah, I'll upload that video very soon. So yeah, so anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.